Fighting out of the Hogs red corner, he weighed in at 180 pounds, holds a record of 3 wins and 3 defeats, and represents Nashville MMA in Nashville, Tennessee. Put your hands together for Justin 615 Hartley. And his opponent, fighting out of the OEB blue corner, he weighed in at 177 pounds, holds a record of 14 wins and 4 defeats, and represents D-Evil MMA in Johnson City, Tennessee. Put your hands together for Prime Time Adam Townsend.
Okay, gentlemen, either one of you have any questions about my rules? I need you to listen to my commands and most importantly, protect yourselves at all times. Back to your corners, ready to fight.
Jimmy Neely, our referee. Final instructions for our main event in the catch weight at 180, presented by Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. Justin 615 Hartley in the black trunks. Prime Time Adam Townsend in the orange and camo trunks. No touch of gloves. We're underway. Prime Time and 615 in Kingsport at Apex 10.
Good overhand right by Prime Time.
Superman punch attempt from Hartley.
Yeah, Hartley going to try to work the cage, work the clinch work, see if he can sink a single. Prime Time going to work his underhooks, cross face.
Hartley stuck in a punch on his way out on the exit.
Good slip, good head move by Townsend. Caught one there on the right. This is the heaviest Prime Time's fought, 180 pounds.
Prime Time, a terrific athlete. Big, thick legs.
Very terrific athlete, very diverse. Oh, hard shot by Townsend. Good hook.
Big left. Although Prime Time's got a mark on over his right eye. Just a redness at this point, no swelling yet. But he's taken a couple punches from Hartley.
I'm impressed with Hartley too. You know, Hartley's pacing the fight well, and Prime Time's looking for a takedown here. Does a good job of getting head pressure there.
Hartley's last fight, he lost to Wade Johnson by decision. That was in January in the World Series of Fighting. Also had a loss to Jesse Grun by submission in the first round. His one win was, his most recent win was over Cedric Johnson in 2015 at Next Level Fight Club. Second round submission via rear naked choke. A couple knees there from Hartley.
Yeah, Townsend's going to look to separate and bang here once he establishes control in the cage. Townsend is very strong for his weight class. He's very strong. He does have the strength of a heavyweight.
Fighting at 180 here, but even lower than that, he's a thick guy for his weight class, right?
Very thick, very stocky. He was a star running back, I think, at Hampton.
Yep.
And just a terrific athlete. He was riding dirt bikes before after one of his other fights. Takedown by Townsend. It was a hard slam too.
Yep.
Hartley looks calm though. His butterfly guard.
It's Prime Time trying to get to.
Yeah, Prime Time's probably going to try to just establish, just stay heavy, just cut his circulation off. Prime Time's very calm up top. He's very good at making his transitions. He's going to look to get out of half guard, move to mount, maybe move to side control. And he likes to get that right underhook under his shoulder, pull it up, and then finish with a bunch of hammer fists to the face.
Maybe even that elbow too. I think he was trying to get that right elbow loose, but Hartley was blocking it.
Yep. Butterfly guard's one of those guards where it's kind of 50-50. If you're good with it, you can do exactly what Hartley's doing. But if you don't, they can slide right in the mount. And it's good that he is up against the cage because that takes away some space. But those shots being landed by Townsend right now are going to add up eventually.
Man, heavy hands from Prime Time.
Kicks are very strong too. Good bow by Prime Time there.
Yep. Patiently waited for the opportunity to be able to land that.
And they stand up.
Oh man, you see punching power of Primetime. Took a couple shots to the chin there from Hartley.
Yeah, Primetime's chin is another thing that's really strong. His head movement's looking good. His striking's looking good. He's really been working that a lot. He was supposed to have a couple boxing fights, I believe. He's been training with Roy King out of Bang Bang Promotions. And his last bout got canceled. Here he is in the cage.
Primetime and a couple wins in the RFA over Yuri Silva last year, 2015. Then beat Ryan Roberts. Lost to Ernest Chavez.
A takedown. Oh. Good takedown by Townsend.
Wow, that was
beautiful
vicious.
double leg takedown. Sorry to cut you off there. That just that happened. You know?
No, and I think there may be swelling over the right eye of Hartley.
It does look that way. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, for sure. And Adam's going to look to push his head down. Let's see, it's those small shots to the face, those little hammer fists, that little bit of pressure. That's what really messes your face up. It looks like you've been in a war.
Look how big his arms are. I mean, you don't have to have a clean shot to do some damage.
Yeah.
It's like taking a shot from you.
That's right. He's been hit. That's our joke. He's been hitting them weights lately. He's got a trainer, and he's raining down.
Final seconds of the round.
Oh.
Reached the end of round number 1.
Hey, if that went, I always love end of rounds like that. You want to know if they went 30 seconds longer, what would have happened?
Primetime is okay because he had something to say to the camera at the position.
That's typical.
Right afterwards, absolutely.
He'll crack it. He'll be as serious as all get out, and then he'll crack a joke right before he goes out.
His personality, in this business, to try to separate yourself, he's got the showmanship down already.
There's nothing better. Yeah, there's no one better. I mean, it belongs in the Ultimate Fighter, belongs in the UFC. When I first met that guy, he cracks you up. You cannot help but laugh. And if you're not a laughing type, you're going to laugh.
But Gavin, you know this. If you just see the showmanship and his personality, you think, oh, he's just some strong guy in there. He technically knows the sport. He's so intelligent and knows everything about it. It's just people stereotype him one way, and he can do it all.
Has a great learning curve,
and loves guys in his camp. You see him work with other younger fighters. Big kicks.
Yes. Those leg kicks hurt. That's a good response from Hartley there.
Hartley goes chin tucked, hands up, so good posture, stand up.
Yeah, I am very impressed with Hartley's posture as well. Hartley running down some punches there. Cage pressure put back by Townsend. Hartley's corner telling him to get his back off the fence.
Yeah, you don't want Primetime leaning on you.
That's a heavy Primetime too for this bout. And he's fast too.
Oh.
Good leg kick, vicious leg kick.
Feinted with the punches and then stuck that kick in there. Good head movement from Primetime.
Ooh, close.
Wow.
Oh.
Caught the kick.
Adam's going to look for. He's going to look for that takedown again.
Adam said in an interview before this fight that,
there it is.
Yeah.
Continue what you were saying, Vince.
No, there's those slams. There's 3 or 4 of them. Just
3, yeah.
The whole cage shakes. It's unbelievable.
And we're close. It's even better. Yeah, we get the.
But he said he wanted to show off and work on his jiu-jitsu because people know he can submit guys quickly and finish them quickly with his punching power. But he wanted to show off his jiu-jitsu game because he thinks people maybe take that for granted.
He's very good at jiu-jitsu. I hate rolling with him. He really does. He works hard at everything he does. And like I said, he has that learning curve. His learning curve is crazy, and he shows new things. He's a very good coach as well as he is a fighter. I mean, he really just, like you said, is all around in the sport. He knows so much about it. He knows the technicality. He's a very impressive fighter.
Loves to help out other guys.
He does. He's helped me a ton. He's my big little brother, I call him.
He is big. Casey Oxendine in the corner over there as well. It's Gavin Walker and Vince Ferrara here cage side in our main event at Apex 10 here in Kingsport. Right now it's all Primetime.
Good kick off the fence by Hartley there. He's got caught, looks like in a small guillotine. Vicious knees coming in by Primetime.
That first one might have been to the head.
And Hartley fires back.
Oh, that might have staggered Primetime.
I couldn't really tell if that did or if he was just kind of leaning back and got caught and it flipped. I wasn't sure.
Yep.
And Hartley's going to look for that takedown, try to get it real low. Got to lower his level. Primetime's feet are like concrete dug into that.
Good takedown defense by Primetime. Now he's leaning on Hartley.
Primetime going to look for his takedown. The look on Hartley's face was very uncomfortable. He knows he's going down. Yep, there's number 4. 1 to 4.
Yeah. I mean, he might as well be Rob Gronkowski spiking a football in the end zone on a touchdown with the way he's slamming a human being similar in weight.
Like someone with a football. And these are 5-minute rounds. And that's another thing. You just that amount of pressure, fought somebody for 5 minutes, and now this, coming up on almost 10 minutes now.
Raining down shots here on
punishment.
Hartley,
Hartley's corner telling him to use his hip escapes. Hartley's really got to, he has to bridge and pause. He's got to bump and move.
Primetime just pounded him down with that chest press.
And Primetime's not getting tired either. His cardio is not lacking. That's something they don't take lightly in DU.
Gives up his bat almost.
Primetime sliding into side control. He's going to start rain down some knees, some elbows possibly.
Final seconds of round number 2.
Knee, there it is. Yep. Called it. Yeah.
He did.
He is. Caleb Cupp in the corner telling Adam to rain down his left elbow, then a right knee. Terrific corner Primetime has, by the way. Casey, Caleb, Dustin.
All-star crew over there.
Hartley's doing a good job at getting up. He has the he takes the pressure, and he just called to the ref that he kicked him. And
Primetime's like, come on, let's go. Big kick, then a punch to the body from Primetime. Now we're in the final 10 seconds of round number 2. Hartley hanging in there considering the punishment he's taken.
He has, man. He's done a really good job. He has done a good job of eventually getting up.
Right.
I don't know if that's if there's a little opening he sees or if he just has that straight will.
Adam Primetime Townsend just blew through the amateur ranks in his career. Wins over Amon Baker, Nick Yance, Jimmy Ramsey, Chase Winder, Christopher Washburn, Nick Beal, Kep Balcom, Atali Tarondo, undefeated in his amateur career. Then he turned pro in 2012, and he's rolled through a whole bunch of guys. Travis Shelton, Kep Balcom again as pros, David Mays, Chris Coggins. First loss of his career, Frankie Perez in 2013. How did he respond? Win over DeJuan Owens. Then he lost to Pat DeFranco, then bounced back with a win over Shane Crenshaw, lost to Nathan Landwehr, and since then has reeled off a whole bunch of wins over Darwin Pickney, Derek Bird, Augusta Tyndall. That was at Valor Fights 15. Eric Calderon, Jorge Medina, Craig Johnson, Yuri Silva in his first RFA fight, Ryan Roberts and Ernest Chavez. So those have been his last 3 RFA fights. But what a career for Adam Townsend. And the 27-year-old has a bright future and wants to get back on the doorstep of the UFC and get there.
It's young, and he did that all in relatively a short amount of time.
Yeah. Vicious kick by Primetime on the back leg of Hartley. Almost chopped him to the ground.
Good parry by Townsend.
Hartley, a couple jabs stuck in there.
Yep. Hartley's doing a good job at getting random jabs in there. I mean, you got to make him count. If you're going to throw, he does commit to his punches.
Primetime's feeling good now.
Yeah, he's ready to fight. You can tell.
And those any kicks to the legs of Primetime,
number
just
5.
unfazed.
Oh man.
He gave Hartley an opportunity to grab his neck because he held him up so long.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he was just going to carry him around the ring just to show everyone, hey, look, I'm carrying this guy. Corner telling Hartley, can't stay there, got to get out of this position. Primetime is certainly won the first 2 rounds and en route to doing it again, especially if they stay in this spot.
He's got to realize he's got to do something now. He's got to make a move. Go for it.
Does he really? His position, there's nothing, really not a submission, right?
He needs to kick off the cage and get off the cage,
right.
Just get away from it. But with prime time on top of you, that is a little easier said than done. So, and like I said, prime time, he's doing a great job of applying pressure and just making. If he can just make Hartley uncomfortable, then that'll change the game. All he has to do at this point is just ride it out. But
does Primetime need a finish win? I mean, having been in the RFA, coming off of that disappointment, the split decision, I'm sure he felt like he won, lost his momentum being so close to the UFC. Does he need to make a statement by finishing this fight?
I think Primetime is to the point to where as long as it doesn't go to a decision, because that's one thing he didn't want to happen again.
Right.
As long as it doesn't go to a decision, he'll be happy. But if he has a KO, TKO, that's submission, that's always looks better than a decision.
Right, yeah, that's what I meant, because if not, then if this goes to the scorecards, I mean, that's going to look different than finishing a guy when you fight local.
Exactly.
I just wonder if how that'll be perceived. But, hey, if he's going to get an RFA fight, and it sounds like he is going to get one way or the other, then it may not matter.
Now, RFA is a good promotion, and a lot of people, everyone does want to go to the UFC, but a lot of people are starting to, Bellator or RFA. Those promotions are in ways treating their fighters better, and they're not bad promotions to fight for. And he's made a statement for himself. Sky's the limit for Townsend.
All right, Adam, going to start raining down here. He's got to flatten it out.
He's switching between that shot. Oh,
he might get him.
He's going to get it.
There it is.
Done.
Primetime got the finish.
Wow, that was a. He's climbing on the cage. There he is.
Great job by
Primetime.
We'll see in the post-fight interview. I think that mattered to him in finishing.
He's going to be happy with it. There's no way you're not happy with that. And he's fought. I mean, the caliber of guys that he's fought to go to decisions. That's not. I think it says more. Like especially with the last one he fought. The fact that he went all those rounds with him, and there was that eye poke at the beginning of the fight, controversial eye poke. Mm-hmm. The fact that he can go that long with somebody like that, it says a lot about him and the type of athlete he is.
And a nice show of sportsmanship to Hartley, who was game. I mean, this is an elite guy in prime time.
Hartley's no joke. I respect him. He's a good fighter. Not anyone will take a fight with prime time. And not anybody will do as well as Hartley did against prime time.
Well, Hartley was the 4th guy in that spot.
Yeah.
3 guys dropped out before Hartley stepped up with just 2 weeks' notice. So not only are you fighting that level of guy, to do it on 2 weeks' notice.
2 weeks' notice is even, that's, I mean, props to him for that. I mean, I don't think, if I was being told that, there's not enough you could pay me,
Yeah, better having trained with him.
Yeah, for sure. We joke when we spar now. We'll sit there and call out superhero combos, and he will light me up. I'll distract him and light him up for a second, and then he'll kill me with that leg kick. And he's a humble guy, too. You realize I do know him personally, and, I won't be biased, but he really is a humble guy. People would look at him and think he's cocky and think he's, just a jerk. He's not at all. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Primetime feeling good after that win, and he's got another bout already scheduled. He's going to be on the April 29th show in Knoxville, and of course, we can't wait for that one. That's going to be a great one. That's OEB presents Valor Fights 32, Fighting for Autism at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum in Knoxville. Someone by the name of Gavin Walker may end up being on that card, hopefully.
Yes,
all right, back to the cage. Here's Jennifer.
Your referee stops this fight at 2 minutes and 59 seconds into the second round for your winner by TKO, Primetime Adam Townsend.
Congratulations to Primetime. Adam Townsend moves his record to 15-4. Justin 615 Hartley falls to 3-4.
Right, ladies and gentlemen,
here's
back
Cody
in
with
the
our winner.
Tri-Cities for the first time in over a year. Primetime Adam Townsend. First of all, how's it feel to win back at home?
Man, it felt great. First of all, I just want to thank everybody that come out, bought tickets, supported me, T-shirts and all that. A big shout out to Justin Hartley. Taking the fight on 7 days' notice is tough to do in my hometown, so everybody give him mad props for taking the fight.
Before we get to what's next, we've seen you at 45. 55 seems to be your new really tough weight class. All the way up to 180 tonight. Anything feel different? Do you feel more comfortable? Get a little bit more tired? Heavier puncher? How did it feel to be 180?
Yeah, he definitely tagged me with the good shots, and he was harder to control on the ground. Plus, he's got great jiu-jitsu. You know, he's trained with Sean Hammonds, and great jiu-jitsu practitioner. But, you know, that's what I worked on this whole time was my wrestling. I worked on my wrestling, trying to get back to that a lot, and, you know, it worked out for me.
Now, obviously, this was a little bit of a weird fight because we had about 3 or 4 opponent changes. You went all the way up in weight, but your next fight's already booked. You're going to the Knoxville Civic Coliseum to headline the Fight for Autism. We get Showtime Stephen New. Your thoughts on that fight?
I'd be really excited if he shows up to fight me, to be honest. So, time to come on.
Well, we'll get a thing started right now. The face-off. Stephen New, if you want to come on in here.
All right, they're going to bring Stephen New in, maybe a little face-off.
We'll just get a little face-off here to preview things to come right over here. You guys want to face off? Showtime, prime time, April 29th, Knoxville Civic Coliseum. Prime time, baby! All right, Nana, anybody you want to thank, give a shout-out to?
Bring my little boy Paxton in here, Nana, if you don't care. I want to get a picture with him. Just bring him around the cage. I want to give a shout-out to Dustin Walden, Caleb Cupp, Casey Oxen 9 for everything. All my team, all my family, my friends, everybody, sponsors, everything. My sponsors are OEB Law, John C. Sports League, JC Mail, Your Fight, Highland Heating and Cooling, Second Tour Campaign, Jay's Corner, Freedom Fighter, Jiggy Rays, 50-50. I'm going to 50-50 right now to After Party if you want to come to John City. D-Evil, Impact, Highlander, and David's Tattoos by David Cooper. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Your winner, primetime, Adam Townsend.